Alright, this may be officially the worst camera angle ever, but I wanted to shoot this outside my office just because I don't need all my neighbors hearing. If you tune into the channel and find out my business, it's a totally different situation. But as you can see from my tinted glasses, we're getting light in from the outside because I am sitting by one of the break room windows and looking good. Anyway, I came on because I kind of feel like I need to come on and talk a little bit about my first day trying ADHD medication. And I talked to my doctor and explained to him all the other exciting stuff I take, and he's like, well, it's not going to really do you any harm if you just try it and then get off of it. If it has side effects you don't like, you don't have to keep taking it. But for the most part, it's one of those where if we give you the meds, we'll know if you have it or not, because they'll either do something for you or it'll make you not feel great and you won't take it again. So I was like, okay. And they're 5 milligram pills, and he's like, you'll probably need 10 in order to feel it. And I'm like, nah, we'll just start with 5. And he got me a prescription, then went merrily on his trip or vacation or what have you. So today was the first day I finally got everything filled and ready and detoxed out the other side, so I didn't have to sit and worry about like interactions nearly as much. And I took it like 9-ish, 9:30, and then I finally felt it hit like an hour and a half later because I have the world's slowest metabolism. And it was great because it actually, the one thing that I wasn't expecting it to down out was the food noise. And that was, strangely enough, probably the best benefit. What I was really hoping was it'd make me like super focused, hyper focused, but it didn't. It actually, weirdly enough, just made me calm, which I'm not used to. I did read a little bit in the scary pamphlets they give you when they give you the meds about like serotonin issues if you're taking other stuff, and I'm like, okay, so should I circle back to my psychiatrist? Because my primary care physician who gave it to me was like, don't worry about it, it won't interfere with this, that, or the other, you'll be fine. Although, again, the scary pamphlets like, physical addiction may actually happen to you if you get too happy with these. So I'm kind of like, do I talk to you or do I go back to the psychiatrist and be like, so I'm taking this? Because his other thing was like, you might be able to go off your other medications if this is the actual issue that was causing your anxiety and your other issues. And I'm like, for all I know, it might be. It's taken me 40 plus years to figure out how my brain works. And that's why I'm also a little proprietary about tinkering with it. So anyway, yeah, focus, calm, zen, peaceful. Tuned out the food noise until I started getting like really, really yawny around lunch. And then I looked up on Reddit and like, cross-links. Dr. Webb, as one of my old doctors used to say. And I guess apparently yawning, even though it wasn't, but I don't think it was mentioned the side effects. Maybe it was mentioned the rare ones, but yeah, we can tell my brain's wired backwards because it's like, why is this making me yawn? And it's like, no, that's actually a lesser common side effect of what you're taking. Is it's going to make you feel good and quiet, and then apparently has to do with your body and your brain temperature regulation, and also because it's a stimulant, you are going to go through your calories faster. So the yawning is like your body trying to essentially maintain its body temperature. Because I don't feel tired, I just, like a couple hours after, or maybe an hour or so after it first like activates, I start yawning really bad. And so I got lunch, and now the yawning has kind of died down, which is good, because I don't want to just sit around yawning for one. I had that with another one of my psychoactive medications when I first started. I'm like, ah. And the closest thing I've had to this in like 20 plus years of experimentation in general was back when we had, this'll date me, from the early aughts, the Stacker 3s. And I love those for like when I went clubbing, but then you'd hate them because the day after you'd be sitting here doing this for like a day or two. So that takes a little while to calm down. So that's why I stopped taking those. Plus I was like, this is not for me. Anyway, this is the drug that I do remember everybody in the early aughts being like, you could take it and then you could like focus and stay up all night and pass your exams. And I wanted it so bad because I was just a nerd who needed some way of focusing and staying up all night. But I was never, because I wasn't a well-connected nerd or a drug nerd, I didn't know any other nerds that could, sell stuff to me. So 20 plus years later, now we're trying stuff. And it seems to be working, but I definitely don't feel like I should be upgrading to like a full 10 milligrams just based on what little reaction I've had to the low end. And as my doctor pointed out, and maybe you guys do this already, so that's partly why I'm posting, because he's like, you don't have to take it every day. A lot of people just take it when they go to class or to work, and then don't take it on the weekends, for example. if you want to continue to have your life and enjoy your neural spiciness, because you don't have to focus all the dang time. And I'm like, okay, that's good. I was kind of hoping it'd be a magic motivation pill, but so I'm not feeling that motivated to do my 5-year plan. Well, it's not just the 5-year plan. I also have to do my post-tenure review report, which is the only thing I'm slowly talking myself into. That part can't be too bad, right? Because it's essentially what you did last year for your promotion. You just add another year onto it. But the 5-year plan is like holding me in place. Anyway, it's been a fun half a day. I'm not going to boot up another one because I'm not quite sure if I want to feel like this all afternoon. Because I got to go help the local charity I help out work on some Giving Day like flyers and things. So I don't want to be too altered to go over there and have her be like, why are you so quiet? And not giggly and bubbly like you always are. And it's like, yeah, I took this med that now makes me serious. Or at least focused. Anyway, that's how it's going. Day 1 of trying ADHD medication that I probably should have bothered someone about years ago. But you know what? I didn't have good insurance until the last 10 years. And I didn't have even the vocabulary to talk about what I was going through until about the pandemic. So, because it's like, how do you explain sensory processing disorder if you've never heard of those phrases? It's just like everything's coming in at the same level of radio in my brain. And my brain just wants to focus on every single bit at the same time. So yeah, those of you with normal brains, I've always envied your ability to block stuff out. It's taken me years to learn that. Although apparently if I just quiet my neurons down a little and get all nice and sleepy on the ADHD med, well, not super sleepy, just yawning, it'll improve. Anyway, hopefully this helps someone, and if you've been on a similar journey, feel free to put down in the comments any advice you can give me for the yawnies, other than hydrate, and it sounds like eat, which that's a little bit frustrating just because I'm trying to work on my eating habits, and it's like, no, this is gonna burn through your calories even faster, so you're still gonna have to eat, but you're gonna have to find more healthy things to grab, as opposed to just sticking crap in your mouth every single time you're hungry. But on the plus side, like I said, it takes away the food noise because my brain spends way too many hours just fantasizing about fast food that I'm not supposed to be eating. I know, you're not supposed to deny yourself everything, but every time lunch rolls around and your brain's like, you should go to Burger King, or you should go to KFC, or you should go to Arby's. None of these places I can eat anything at. That's frustrating. Anyway, thank you for listening for all of 8 minutes, and like I said, if you have any thoughts, put them in the comments. I don't really share much personal stuff on here, just because I try to keep it professional.